Ready to begin? Hello, great souls. Welcome to our Awake and Ready Yoga. We'll be practicing the chakra routine today, focusing on how to work with the chakra system. So let's center ourselves first, coming into a comfortable seat. Close the eyes if that's comfortable. Have a relaxed belly as you breathe. The palms of the hands can be turned down or turned upward. When we turn the palms upward, that is a receptive position, just signaling our openness and receptivity to the practice and teachings of yoga, the divine grace infused in the yoga practice and yoga teachings. So relax the body, relax the breath, and take some deep, full breaths in and out. Bring your awareness towards the forehead, the point between the eyebrows, the sixth chakra, what Yogananda called the seat of superconsciousness, the doorway to infinity. And just feel your awareness resting there. We'll practice the pranayama of Brahmari pranayama. It's also known as the humming breath. Very simple practice, inhaling through the nose, and as you exhale, hum. Deep, full breath in, filling the lungs to capacity, and as you exhale, hum. Inhaling fully and completely, again at your own pace. And when you're ready to exhale, humming. A few more times, inhaling and exhaling, keeping the gaze of the eyes lifted, the focus of your awareness at the spiritual eye. And after your next exhale, just allow the breath to return to its own natural rhythm without controlling it in any way. Bring awareness to the body and just notice any subtle shifts within the physical body. Perhaps a greater sense of ease and calmness. A sense of space. Take another deep, full breath now in and out. We'll bring the palms together to the heart center, honoring the divine light that shines within yourself and within all beings with Namaste. Namaste. Okay, great souls. So with our chakra practice, a few things to share about the chakras that might be helpful as we practice today. In Ananda Yoga, we look at the whole system of the chakras. So, you know, what I will say is that any of our yoga routines will be working with the chakra system, all of the chakras within the system, freeing up energy, within not just the physical body, but when we talk about the chakras, the astral body, the energy body, it begins at the base of the spine. So the base of the spine is the first chakra, the earth element, and we move up to the sacral center, and it's just a few inches below the belly button, kind of that area. You wouldn't be able to see the chakras if you were to cut into the physical body, but they are there. And so this energy in the second chakra is the element of water, fluidity, adaptability. In the belly is the solar plexus. This is the third chakra, the element of fire, self-mastery or fiery self-control. Moving up into the chest area, the heart center. And the chakras, the energy center isn't just the front of the body, it's that whole kind of circular region. So actually, with the heart center, that energy, the chakras stand out into the arms, right? And with the base of the spine, the first element extends out into the legs. So the heart chakra is the element of prana, life force, vitality. We move up from there to the throat, and the throat is the quality of what Yogananda said, super ether, so more refined than air. And the quality here is one of wisdom and discrimination, calm perception of what is. And then the base of the skull is, there's 2 points to the sixth chakra. So the base of the skull is what Yogananda called the mouth of God. The medulla oblongata in the brain is where physical manifestation begins. That's where the soul enters the body. And so when we draw energy in, prana in, we're drawing it in from this, it comes into the body here. From the sixth, so the ego center is an awareness, what Yogananda said is that it's the soul identified with the physical realm. So when we identify as our physical body, we see ourselves as this particular incarnation with the experiences of this particular life. The soul identity is our highest self, our highest truth, and that's located here at the point between the eyebrows. So throughout our practice, all of the yoga practices, meditation, yoga postures, satsang, in terms of good company, we're always guiding our awareness here, trying to keep our attention and focus here. Yogananda said it's one of the fastest ways to awaken spiritually is to train ourselves to live at the point between the eyebrows. So that's the sixth chakra of soul awareness. So we're moving the energy. When we work with the chakra system, we're moving it from the base of the spine up through each of the centers to the base of the skull to the point between the eyebrows. There is the seventh chakra is the crown of the head. And what Yogananda said, so this is the seat of final liberation. And what he said is that when the spiritual eye is fully opened and awakened, the energy naturally rises here and we are in full freedom. He recommended not focusing on the crown chakra. So he said the energy can get kind of stuck there. And it's better to bring it here and focus on spiritual awakening, and it will take care of itself after that. So in Ananda Yoga, we identify 7 chakras, we consciously work with 6, and as I said at the start, all of our yoga posture practice works positively with the chakra system. But I'll point out today kind of different poses that are, the chakras that are related to that pose. And it's okay to, let's see, what would I say? When I'm working with the chakras, let's say I'm feeling, maybe I talked about the water element, of fluidity, adaptability. So that's when the energy of the chakras is going out, then that center, any of the chakra centers can be activated, but what we experience is a quality within that chakra system that works against are living in our highest awareness of our soul nature. So when the energy is rising upward, the earth element is stable, firm, grounded, and steadfast toward any high goal, high aspiration, the way that we want to be living in the world. When the energy is going down and outward, that first chakra can be activated, and it would feel and look like stubbornness, rigidity, dogmatism, and unwillingness to grow or change or adapt. So if you notice that within yourself in the chakra system, you can just consciously guide the awareness in the chakra and start consciously lifting it here. And the yoga postures will do that automatically, even if we're not thinking about the chakras. But when we consciously think about them and we think about energy, we begin to work cooperatively with the prana. And what Yogananda and Swami Kriyananda in Raja Yoga talks about is the power of the mind for drawing grace and drawing power. So it will happen automatically in yoga practice, but if we bring our consciousness, our attention to that, we'll experience it even more dramatically and dynamically. So the second element in the chakra system, if the energy's down and out, that fluidity becomes wishy-washy, indecisive. I don't quite know, what to do, and life, presents itself, and I get overwhelmed by the possibilities, which is very different than feeling grounded and being able to move with change, right? To feel a sense of tuning in and listening for the right direction for yourself, for your lifestyle, again, like choosing living in a particular way that honors the life that you want to have. So the adaptability of water is very important because life is full of change. So we use that first element for stability, inner security, and we move into the second chakra to flow with change as is needed. In the third chakra, we're able to access the energy of discipline and self-mastery. So, okay, here we are moving in life, change comes your way. Sometimes we're going to need extra energy to move through that. Challenges come, obstacles come. You might even be seeking them. You might be seeking out a challenge. You might feel like, I want to go towards something that's very important to me, but it's going to require a lot of energy and discipline. The third chakra can really serve us in that way. There's a lot of dynamic energy in that fiery center that will move us forward and help us to take powerful, dynamic action in our life. When we have a sense of mastery with that energy, when we don't, one of the ways that will show up is taking charge of other people's life. So the energy, very fiery, very dynamic, but oftentimes not really directed toward the self and what we're needing in life, and instead rearranging everything around us, controlling others, dominating situations, trying to make the outside world look and feel a certain way. So that's when you notice that, if you notice that within yourself, a movement in that direction, the energy is simply activated there and moving outward. And you can consciously draw it back in with your awareness and raise the energy up. So we move into the heart center here, and this is again prana, vitality, courage. That's all happening here in the heart center. When the energy is going outward, we tend to be very emotional and agitated, lots of highs and lows. So you might feel, very loving. You might feel that you care a lot about life. You might consider yourself to be, and you might in fact be, a very feeling person. But if the energy is not contained and rising upward, what happens is you're at the effect of life. So rather than being able to direct that energy towards something in an uplifted way, you are affected by what's happening. And it can feel like a roller coaster. You're kind of on the roller coaster of life. So the heart center, this is the quality of divine love. And that love is when the energy is lifted from the heart, all the way up to here, what happens is we're able to feel deeply and sensitively for life and for circumstances and for others in a very calm and balanced way. We can offer friendship and compassion and kindness and support without losing ourselves in the experience. So that's another way of noticing. If you've ever helped somebody, been there as a friend, been there to offer support, to listen as someone's going through a difficulty, if you feel drained afterwards, it can be an indication that the energy was going out of your heart center and you were giving energy away that wasn't really divine energy, elevated energy. And it might have been appreciated by the person you were helping, but it won't awaken a sense of that same divine light in them. And when we are offering love and support in that way, we feel a sense of containment, centeredness, groundedness, and we feel a great sense of power moving through us. So after an experience, you feel more uplifted and expanded. And the person you're with, very similar feeling for them instead of drained. And simply, when you're with someone, if you're feeling for them, bring your energy to the spiritual eye. Swami Kriyananda encouraged, if you're ever connected to someone at the heart level and you're wanting to support them, but you feel a little emotional in that relationship, rather than send them love, send them light, and that will purify those feelings. So the heart, we move into the throat here, this calm center, sometimes considered dispassion. And what that means is that you're able to see clearly and directly what is. Right? To be able to simply look at what's happening, to look at yourself, to look at situations, and see the truth inherent in it, unbiased by whether I like that truth or I don't like that truth. So the clarity of sight coming from the practice of this center being open and free. One of our yoga postures for the fifth chakra is downward facing dog, and it draws the energy. We'll practice that today. It draws the energy here. The affirmation is calmness radiates from every fiber of my being. Some of the affirmations will give you a clue as to which chakra is especially stimulated in that pose. So the calmness of the throat chakra, calmness radiates from every fiber of my being. If you think of times when you have felt very centered and calm and you're looking at a situation from that perspective, it gives you an idea of what it feels like to have that chakra moving in an uplifted way. So we move to the base of the skull here, and what we're doing is consciously drawing light, energy, prana in here and guiding it towards the spiritual eye, the seat of superconsciousness. From this perspective, Yogananda said that we feel a sense of kinship, of divine family with all. One of our beautiful affirmations in the yoga poses is from the heart center, when that energy is awakened and brought all the way to the spiritual eye. The affirmation is, I radiate love and goodwill to soul friends everywhere. And just kind of tune into that and imagine it, right? We're able to send out that divine love to everyone. I radiate love and goodwill to soul friends everywhere. So that's kind of a quick overview of the chakra system and each quality within the chakra, and especially the qualities that how we can work with them and identify and recognize them. So never with a sense of self-judgment, right? It's just noticing, oh, I'm feeling stubborn. Okay, that would be first chakra. How can I just draw the energy up? It's the simplest thing to do. But today we'll practice moving through the body in a conscious way with the intention of awakening the flow of life force and energy within us and drawing it all to the spiritual eye. Okay, so let's come up into standing. I'm going to move my bolster to the side here. And we'll come into Tadasana. This is the standing mountain pose. And what you'll want to be is relaxed in your body. You can move your knees a little bit just to make sure that they're not locked as you're standing. Bring awareness to your belly and relax that area. Sometimes we tighten the stomach and we don't even know that we have. Shoulders are relaxed down from the ears. The hands and fingers are relaxed. Even your face, just have a sense that the face is calm and relaxed. The eyes, the gaze is relaxed. It's nice to imagine that there's light shining through the eyes and the eyes are smiling as you practice. Yogananda encouraged us to be smile millionaires. The other thing that Swami Kriyananda said about yoga practice is the idea is sahaja, which is easeful, to have a sense of ease in your practice. So as we practice today, just be as relaxed as you can be. Be in the body, notice the breath, be aware of the thoughts as we say the affirmation, and just have a sense of joy as we practice today. So standing mountain pose, first chakra, grounded awareness, stable and strong. The affirmation for this pose is, I stand ready to obey thy least command. I stand ready to obey thy least command. Standing with a sense of strength and power and open receptivity to grace and truth. The whisper of divine guidance. I stand ready to obey thy least command. So this can be obedience to your soul nature guiding you, obedience to the highest truths as you know them. It could be obedience to a teacher that you have deep trust, a deep relationship with. You trust their guidance. Mostly it is in alignment with your own highest self. I stand ready to obey thy least command. Tadasana, standing mountain pose. From here, we'll move into the full yogic breath flow. This is Durga Pranayam 2. And it's a nice way to move from that place of stability, the energy and life force through the whole system. So we visualize ourselves drawing energy up and the arms come back and there's a slight arch in the spine, open and welcoming the day. You exhale, the hands are in front of the body, and imagine yourself guiding energy as you come down, surrender and release. Flowing at your own pace, you can bend the knees slightly as you come up, the hands move in front of the body, and then again, just offer yourself joyously. Just sense the joy in the position of the body when the arms are elevated and out to the side. And here we surrender, release, and let go of all difficulty, all sense of burden, anything getting in the way of living in joy. Open and welcome the blessings that are here for you right in this moment. Surrender, release, letting go of all difficulties. One more time, coming up, expanding. So very clearly working with the whole system of the chakras, Durga Pranayam 2. Even if we didn't know that's what we were doing. But knowing it helps us to consciously direct the flow of energy. So the arms come up and we circle them around the body. And then we'll bring the hands to the heart center. for circle of light, circle of joy. So this works especially with the fourth chakra. And we don't have to go in order. Here we've worked with all of them, so you could then go to any one. We'll start here. Inhale, fingers interlace and elbows lift up. Exhale, hands move out in front. So we open the back of the heart center. Inhale, lift and lengthen, stretch the spine. Beautiful. Exhale, arms come down, and we visualize light and joy surrounding us. So Swami Kriyananda said that's actually happening in this pose. Fingers interlace and the arms come out. I'll turn to the side so you can see that. And then you exhale, arms float, palms together, hands at the heart. So this pose, this movement rather, is known to strengthen the aura, your energy field. So it expands, strengthens the life force within you, the prana within you, and it strengthens, it creates a sense of boundary in that energy. So first it strengthens it dynamically. If you ever feel like you're kind of caught in someone else's energy, overly influenced by a circumstance or a setting that you're in, you could practice this. I'll offer you something that goes hand in hand with it, and then we'll come back to it, which is, well, actually, let's do a few more of the circle of light, circle of joy. So inhale, fingers interlace and elbows lift up. Exhale, hands move out in front. Inhale, and feel free to smile. Right? Hands raise, exhale, light and joy surround you. Bubble of light, a bubble of joy. Fingers interlace, draw the hands back. Nice opening of the front of the heart. Exhale, release, arms float, palms together, hands at the heart. Okay, very nice. So something that can go nicely with that, you've awakened the prana, you've awakened your own aura, is fingertips in the front. I'll turn to the side so you can see this, and then going to the back. This seals the aura. So this is a practice called Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. And it's known for protecting yourself from negative energy, negative entities, negative thoughts, any kind of negative influence. Om Tat Sat. So this is one you could easily do. I have done out in public. It's just, what just looks like you're just standing there touching your hand, but inside you can be focused here at the spiritual eye. Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. So the other thing I'll say about that is, we've awakened prana and life force, we've sealed the energy to protect ourselves from negative influence, but we don't want to stay contained in that. We're not trying to have a lot of energy and hoard it. We want to be able to send it out, so that boundary is one that we can penetrate with our own consciousness to send out light. So we increase the prana and the life force and we share it. Right? We're creating the Om Tat Sat boundary to protect ourselves from undue influence is all. Okay, let's practice side-to-side stretching. So we step the feet slightly apart. Now the legs are engaged here, so you can see first chakra is being engaged, and notice how the whole body is engaged in this movement. The left arm comes up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to the side. Reach through the fingertips. Few deep breaths in and out. See if you can feel the hip area engaged. So second chakra as well, but all the stretch along the body moves all along the spine. Inhale up and exhale down. And we'll go to the right side. Inhale up, lengthen, and exhale to the side. If you like, you could rotate your head to look up to the sky. Relaxed belly as you breathe, breathing in and out through the nose. A sense of inner freedom and joy, releasing physical tension and welcoming the flow of grace. Inhale up, nice, and exhale down. Beautiful. Let's come on to hands and knees in tabletop position. We'll practice cat-cow. And so this is very nice for warming up the spine, engaging the whole spine, and giving you a sense of body awareness kind of where your body is at today. So we exhale, arch the spine, tuck chin to chest, and tuck the tailbone under. You can draw belly button to the back of the spine. Then inhale up, lift the head and lift the buttocks and relax the belly. Flowing at your own pace, arching the spine on the exhale, and swaying the spine on the inhale. Arching. You can hold the position for a few breaths. And inhale. Very nice. We'll come back to neutral spine. Bring the buttocks towards the heels. Place the hands on the tops of the thighs. This is known as Vajrasana, the firm pose. Very stabilizing and grounding. So the quality, I'll turn towards the front so you can see the front of the pose. The quality, one of the benefits of that root chakra, stability and steadfast, there are times in our life where we need to be unyielding and unmoving for highest principle. Swami one time said that when decisions don't really matter, he had been on vacation with someone and been letting them make all the decisions about what they did and where they went. It was fine, didn't really matter that much. So he let them. Then after vacation, the same person was wanting to have that same level of authority. And they were making a decision that he knew was not the right one. And he could see they were surprised that he suddenly spoke up and was unyielding. And he said to them, I let you make the decisions on vacation. They weren't, it really was fine. There nothing at stake in those decisions, likes and dislikes. It was fine for him. But when it comes to principle, he's unyielding. First chakra, there are times it's not stubborn, it's not dogmatic, it's faithfulness, loyalty to what is right. So as you sit here, relax the belly, lift the gaze to the spiritual eye. One of the images for this pose is a large boulder in a riverbed. Water goes around the boulder, over the boulder. The boulder is unmoving. Finding a quality of stability, strength, and stillness. The affirmation for Vajrasana: in stillness, I touch my inner strength. In stillness, I touch my inner strength. Vajrasana, the firm pose. Very nice. From here, let's come into tabletop position and transition into downward dog. So hands are on the floor, fingertips spread wide, turn the toes under, press down on the balls of the feet and lift the buttocks up. Position yourself so that the ears are in alignment with the upper arms and the back is lengthened, the buttocks lifted towards the sky. Breathing deeply. Finding that mixture of calmness in the midst of challenge. Downward dog can be a demanding asana, and we get to practice calmness in the face of challenge. Mentally affirming, calmness radiates from every fiber of my being.
Calmness radiates from every fiber of my being. We'll bring the knees down, come back to Vajrasana, pause for a moment. Let the awakened energy within you rise calmly toward the spiritual eye, mentally affirming, calmness radiates from every fiber of my being. Calmness radiates from every fiber of my being. Very nice. We'll come onto our backs for a supine pose. This is the supine twist, and it will stimulate the second chakra in particular, and also the heart center. So the arms are out to the side. We extend the right leg out. We inhale, raise the left leg up, and place, actually press down on the left foot first. Inhale and adjust your hips so that you come to rest on the right hip. Then lift the left leg up, place it on top of the right thigh. Inhale and exhale, release the knee towards the right, and turn the head to look up towards the ceiling, or you can lift it to look over the left shoulder. The twist in the spine awakens all of the chakra system, but in particular, the energy flows into the heart center, awakening a quality of receptivity, and it continues to flow naturally to the spiritual eye, refining that flow of energy. The affirmation is, I open to the flow of God's life within me. I open to the flow of God's life within me. Feel yourself with every breath, awakening that divine energy within you, drawing it to you, and allowing it to flow through you. I open to the flow of God's life within me. We'll inhale, bring the body back to neutral. Place the left foot on the floor, slide the right foot up, lift both hips and buttocks to bring the spine back to neutral. Then extend the left leg out. Inhale, press down on the right foot and lift the hips up and rest on the left hip now. Inhale, raise the right foot up, place it on the left thigh, and as you exhale, release your knee towards the left, and you can turn your head to look over the right shoulder. Close the eyes if that's comfortable. Feel yourself welcoming a flow of grace. Mentally affirming, I open to the flow of God's life within me. If you like, you can place your left hand on the right thigh, but just be careful you're not pulling the leg into position. You're just simply resting it there. I open to the flow of God's life within me. A few more deep breaths. With each breath, a sense of ease, of relaxation, letting go. I open to the flow of God's life within me. We'll inhale, bring the right knee back to center, place that foot on the floor, slide the left foot up, lift both hips and buttocks up, bring them down to the floor, draw the knees in towards your belly, and you can kind of bring them in and out a little bit. releasing any tension that might have gathered in the low back. Gently rock side to side. And roll to the right side. Use your left hand to help you come up. We'll come onto the knees and we'll practice the modified warrior pose. So what we do here is we bring the right foot forward and left leg back. And you have a nice stretch on the left thigh. So do that for you. So nice stretch here. And the hands can be on your thigh, at your side, or above the head. And the gaze of the eyes is lifted. And remember to have a relaxed gaze. So just sometimes when we practice a pose that has a lot of energy in it, we can bring an intensity to the eyes without meaning to. And that again is where smiling can help to soften that. The affirmation is, I attune my will to the source of all power. I attune my will to the source of all power. Think about willpower and the ability to align yourself consciously with divine energy and what chakra you might be engaging to do that. I attune my will to the source of all power, third chakra, fiery self-control, self-mastery. Very nice. We'll exhale, arms down. Let's extend that right leg out, flex the foot, just a nice stretch for the back of the leg, and exhale forward. And just relax the back and relax the leg as you stretch. It's a nice way to release any tension that may have gathered there. Very nice. Come back to neutral and we'll go to the other side. So I'll turn to the side this time. So now left leg is forward and right leg is back, stretching the front of that thigh, hands on the thigh, at the hips, or above the head. Gaze of the eyes lifted. Awareness at the spiritual eye. Mentally affirming, I attune my will to the source of all power. I attune my will, my life and my energy to the source of all. Deep, full breaths in and out. Feel yourself consciously aligning with divine energy, divine power, inviting it into your body, into your heart, into your mind. I attune my will, my life, and my energy to the source of all. Inhale up, exhale, arms down. We'll extend that left leg, flex the foot, and exhale forward. Just a nice stretch again for the back of the leg. Relax spine as you breathe. The hands can stay on the legs or come to the floor. A few deep breaths. Very nice. We'll come back to neutral. We'll come into Ustrasana, the camel pose. So I'm going to show you a few angles for this. The hands are on the buttocks, the pelvic rim, and you can keep them there the whole time or bring them down to your feet. And if you're bringing the hands to the feet, the toes can be under or the feet can be flat. You don't need to bring your hands down unless it's natural and comfortable for your body to do so. So side angle tends to be an easier way to see the pose. So the hands are on the pelvic rim. I inhale. I'm stretching the front of the body as I draw my elbows towards each other. Now I glide my hips forward, as I offer myself back. And I'm lifting my heart to the sky, and there's a beautiful, graceful arch in the spine. And my body and my back in particular feels fully supported. We visualize a flood of divine energy and light. So Swami Kriyananda meditated deeply in every pose, listening for what's happening within our consciousness, and also what's happening within the pose energetically. He said, in this pose, the heart is open and receiving the blessing of light. The affirmation is, with calm faith, I open to thy light. With calm faith, I open to thy light. Deep, full breaths in and out. With calm faith, I open to thy light. A few more breaths here. We'll inhale up, come back to neutral. Bring yourself into Vajrasana. Find the inner stillness. Lift the gaze of the eyes toward the spiritual eye. We'll close with a few moments of silence. Feel the body, the heart and the mind filled with divine energy, a dynamic flow, centered, joyful, calm energy moving through you, offering you all of the beautiful qualities of the chakras, stable and strong, adaptable, fiery self-control, a loving heart, benevolent to all, calm, wisdom, the ability to consciously draw grace, a shining awareness of the spiritual eye, a sense of connection and unity. The deep meaning of yoga is union. Feeling that now. Peace. Amen. Okay, great souls. So let's share the blessings that we've received with everyone. We'll rub our hands together. Visualize yourself drawing energy and light, joy into the hands, and just feel yourself as a divine channel, sharing the blessings of our practice today with everyone. Om. 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 Peace. Amen. Okay, great to be with you.